Hi, my name is Kurt. I'm going to explain just about everything you want to know about the track. The first thing is we have a standard track and a heavy track. The standard track is made of lighter gauge aluminum, and this is actually made out of a PVC. The difference between the two tracks really comes down to the carriers. The carriers on these, the shape glides through the track. And it works great up till about 10 feet, but above 10 feet, these carriers get a little sticky. And the heavy track has these really nice double roller carriers that just glide like butter. The other nice thing about this is made out of a PVC, so if you're mounting to a concrete surface or something where it's not real even, this is much more forgiving. It can torque and twist and it still works. Also, if you're in the Caribbean, where the environment is highly corrosive, even aluminum will corrode over time. So a lot of people in the Caribbean opt for this black track. Okay. The way that the curtain works are these carriers, they glide through the track, right? And the carriers, you snap to this top valance that's attached to the very top of your curtain. Now sometimes it hurts your hands a little bit to be snapping these. So one great way to do it is with some channel locks and just snap like that. This glides through the track. Now the track is conceptually like the old Hot Wheels track you may have played with as a kid. Ladies or your brothers. It's a straight track, splice, another straight track, splice maybe, cut the last one with a hacksaw and put an end cap on it. The splice, what's very important is that you use our factory cuts when you splice. Anything that you cut gets an end cap, but splices should always have a factory cut. And the splice is external. Make sure that your track is butted together. You don't want to leave a gap in your track. Make sure it's nice and butted together. And there's some Allen screws down here. We give you an Allen wrench to tighten those up and tighten that splice around the track. Now, we do also have curved tracks. But we don't like them. The reason I don't like a curved track is it cuts this angle. What we strongly prefer is what we call the right angle method. Now the downside of the right angle method is that a curtain that straddles the right angle method has to gather to that right angle because there's a gap in the track. It's only with the curved track that you're able to slide your curtain all the way around, perhaps all the way back to the house. But let's consider this application. The house is right here, and we have three sides exposed. It goes out, over, and back. The purpose of the gap right here is so that you could take an end cap, you could pop off the end cap, feed a portion of the curtain down this leg, a portion of the curtain down that leg, put your end caps back on and screw them in tight. It's a much, much cleaner look and you save money. The constraint is that you have to gather to that corner. Now when you start your project, I recommend starting at your outer corners, working back towards the house, across, back towards the house again. Let's see. Oh, pre-drilling track, important. It's always best to pre-drill your track. Now, when you take your screw or your drill, you want to make sure you don't nick the sides. And when you're putting in your screws, you also don't want to nick the sides. So here's an idea here. Take an ordinary McDonald's soda straw. You just take it to about the height of the track here. And you cut yourself a little protective plastic sleeve, like this. Now when you go to pre-drill your track, and incidentally, your track needs 4 screws. one in about 3 inches from the end so you don't interrupt the splice. One about 3 inches from that end and two somewhere in the middle. But when you're pre-drilling your track, if you put this soda straw over your drill bit, you're not going to risk nicking the track. Also, when you're screwing your screws, that's a good idea too. If you have a steady hand, you don't need it. But if you look like you're wavering a little bit and you're nicking the track, stop. Cut yourself a sleeve out of a McDonald's soda straw. That's it. Pre-drilling holes. That is it. Thanks.